Ever packed for a cruise, looked at your suitcase, and had that sinking feeling? Am I making a huge mistake? You're not alone. Thousands of passengers step onto magnificent ships every year, completely unaware that one wrong outfit, one misunderstood symbol, or even the wrong pair of shoes can ruin their comfort, their confidence, or their entire vacation. Cruise dress codes aren't what they used to be, and the old rules no longer apply. Today, we're breaking down the real clothing rules that can get you turned away at dinner, create incredibly awkward moments, or even get you in trouble with the law in port. 1. The two forbidden prints. The first forbidden print is camouflage. On board the ship, feel free to wear your camo shorts or hat while lounging by the pool. You won't have any issues at all. The problem starts the moment you step off the ship in certain Caribbean ports. In countries like Jamaica, Barbados, Antigua, and Barbuda, it is illegal for anyone who is not in the military to wear camouflage clothing. This isn't just a suggestion, it's the law, and it is enforced. Port security can and will stop you. Imagine the embarrassment as your entire tour group heads off to an exciting shore excursion, but you're told to turn around and go back to the ship simply because of your outfit. The second print to be cautious of is the upside-down pineapple. This one isn't illegal, but it carries a very specific, unspoken meaning. The upside-down pineapple has become a widely recognized symbol for swingers or those in the lifestyle community, used to discreetly identify one another. While it may seem like a fun tropical pattern, displaying it on your shirt bag or even as a decoration on your cabin door might send a message you didn't intend, leading to potentially awkward encounters or unwanted attention from fellow passengers. To avoid any trouble or uncomfortable misunderstandings, save your camouflage pattern clothing for sea days only, and steer clear of any upside-down pineapple designs unless you are intentionally trying to signal to others. Of course, here is the next chapter of the script. 2. Swimwear and cover-up rules. Wearing your swimsuit anywhere but the pool deck is the fastest way to get called out by the crew. You see it happen on every single sailing. Someone is having a blast at the Lido deck pool on a Carnival cruise, and they decide to pop into the buffet to grab a quick burger or some ice cream. They're still dripping wet, barefoot, and think, it's just for a minute. What's the harm? But before they can even get a plate, a crew member is politely but firmly turning them away. This isn't about the cruise line being old-fashioned. It's a huge safety and hygiene issue. Water on smooth indoor floors creates a serious slip hazard, and cruise lines like Royal Caribbean and MSC are incredibly strict about preventing accidents. Secondly, nobody wants to sit on a damp, upholstered chair in a lounge or dining area that you just left behind. For this reason, nearly all cruise lines have a strict no bare feet, no wet swimwear policy for all indoor venues, including the casual buffet and hallways. You will be asked to leave, and it's an awkward and embarrassing experience, especially when it happens in front of a long line of other passengers. Always pack a dedicated cover-up, like a t-shirt, shorts, or a sarong, in your pool bag, and make sure you're completely dry and wearing shoes before entering any indoor venue. 3. The shorts and jeans debate. The shorts and jeans debate is easily the most heated argument you'll find on any cruise forum, and it's where most first-time cruisers make a critical mistake. You've had a long, fun day exploring a port, and you head back for your main dining room reservation. You figure it's a casual night, so you put on a nice pair of tailored shorts or your favorite designer jeans. You feel comfortable and ready for a great meal. But when you get to the dining room entrance, the maitre d' gives you an apologetic look and says, "I'm sorry, but our dress code does not permit shorts this evening." Now, you have to make the long trek of shame back to your cabin, change, and return, all while your group waits and your stomach is rumbling. While the daytime vibe on a cruise ship is extremely relaxed, the main dining room operates under different rules. Even on famously casual lines like Carnival and Norwegian, they aim to create an atmosphere that feels a step above the casual Lido deck buffet. That means for dinner, shorts are almost universally banned from the main dining room. Ripped, distressed, or baggy jeans are also a guaranteed denial. While clean, dark, non-ripped jeans are often acceptable on casual nights, it's a gamble that depends on the cruise line and even the staff working that evening. To be 100% safe, always pack at least one pair of non-denim pants, like chinos, khakis, or slacks, specifically for dinners in the main dining room. Of course, here is the next chapter. 4. Formal night's confusion. Nothing causes more pre-cruise anxiety than formal night. But the rules have changed dramatically, and what you think is required is probably wrong. Imagine this. A first-time cruiser couple, following an outdated online guide, shows up for formal night. He's in a full tuxedo, looking stiff and overheated. She's in a floor-length ball gown, feeling incredibly overdressed. They walk into the dining room and see everyone else looking sharp and elegant, but in modern cocktail dresses, smart suits, and even stylish blazers with dark slacks. They spend the entire evening feeling awkward, realizing they wasted a huge amount of luggage space on outfits they didn't need. This happens all the time. Cruise lines have moved away from the stuffy, black tie-only tradition. They now use phrases like evening chic on celebrity cruises or dress your best on Royal Caribbean. It's no longer about wearing the most formal thing you own. It's about looking polished and making the evening feel special without the discomfort. Unless you're on an ultra-luxury line like Cunard, a full-blown tuxedo or ball gown is now the exception, not the rule. Overpacking with an outfit you'll wear for only 3 hours is a rookie mistake that adds stress and kills your luggage allowance. Instead of packing a bulky tuxedo or gown, men should opt for a versatile dark suit or blazer and slacks, and women should choose a comfortable cocktail dress or a chic jumpsuit. You'll look elegant and save valuable suitcase space. Of course, here is the next chapter of the script. 5. Ripped or distressed clothing. Those fashionably ripped jeans that cost a fortune are the #1 reason guests get turned away from dinner on a cruise ship. This is a rule that catches so many modern travelers by surprise. You see it constantly. A guest walks up to the main dining room or a specialty restaurant, looking stylish in what they consider a high-end casual outfit, only to be stopped by the host. Why? Because even a small, strategically placed tear or a bit of fashionable fraying on their jeans violates the dress code. Cruise lines don't care if the jeans are from a designer brand or cost $200. To them, any clothing with holes, rips, or distressed patches is considered overly casual and not appropriate for the polished atmosphere they work to maintain in their evening dining venues. It's not about being a fashion police. It's about upholding a consistent standard. Being turned away because of a small tear in your jeans can feel ridiculous and embarrassing, forcing you to go back to your cabin to change while the rest of your party waits. This simple mistake can easily derail your dinner plans and add unnecessary stress to your evening. If you want to wear jeans to dinner on casual nights, stick to a pair of clean, dark wash, non-ripped jeans to ensure you'll always be compliant and never face rejection at the dining room door. Of course, here is the next chapter. 6. Pajamas, slippers, and bathrobes. Believe it or not, wearing your pajamas to the breakfast buffet is one of the most common and most awkward mistakes new cruisers make. You wake up, craving that first cup of coffee and a plate of bacon from the Lido deck. You think, I'll just run down quickly. I'm practically still in my own floating hotel. So you step out in your PJs and slippers, head to the elevator, and walk into the bustling buffet. Instantly, you feel a dozen pairs of eyes on you. While the crew is too polite to say anything, you realize you're the only person in sleepwear in a room full of people dressed for the day. The same goes for that plush, comfortable bathrobe hanging in your cabin. It feels luxurious, but it has a specific purpose. It's for wearing to and from the pool or the spa. It is not an all-purpose outfit for wandering the ship. Yet on every cruise, you'll see someone walking through the main promenade, the casino, or even heading to guest services in their bathrobe, looking completely out of place. Cruise ships are shared public spaces, and the unspoken rule is that sleepwear and robes are for your private cabin and balcony only. Wearing them elsewhere signals you're a first-timer who doesn't understand cruise etiquette. No matter how quick the trip is, always throw on a t-shirt and shorts over your sleepwear before leaving your cabin. It takes 10 seconds and saves you from feeling deeply out of place. Of course, here is the next chapter. 7. Offensive or profane clothing. This is the one rule that can get you stopped by security faster than anything else, and it goes far beyond just curse words. On a cruise, your t-shirt is not just a piece of clothing. It's a public billboard in a very crowded, family-focused environment. Imagine you walking to the buffet wearing a shirt with a political statement you feel passionate about, or one with a graphic joke you and your friends find hilarious. Suddenly, a crew member discreetly pulls you aside and politely informs you that your shirt violates the guest code of conduct. You're then asked to return to your cabin and change immediately. This isn't about the cruise line policing your beliefs. It's about preventing any potential conflict or discomfort in a shared space. Cruise ships host thousands of guests from all over the world, with different cultures, ages, and sensitivities. What you see as a harmless joke, another family might see as deeply offensive. Cruise lines like Disney, Royal Caribbean, and MSC will always prioritize a peaceful, family-friendly atmosphere. Any clothing featuring profanity, sexual innuendos, or overtly political or controversial graphics is strictly prohibited and will be addressed by the staff. To avoid any issues, review your graphic tees before you pack and ask yourself, could anyone, from a child to a grandparent from another country, find this offensive? If the answer is even a maybe, leave it at home. Of course, here is the next chapter. 8. Baseball caps in dining rooms. Wearing a baseball cap to dinner is a small mistake that instantly signals you're a first-time cruiser. It happens on every sailing. A couple walks into the main dining room, ready for a nice meal. He's wearing a clean polo shirt and nice pants, but he still has his favorite baseball cap on from a day in the sun. As the host leads them to their table, they'll often lean in and whisper, "Sir, would you mind removing your hat?" It's a gentle but firm request, and it's always a little embarrassing. Wearing a baseball cap to dinner is a small mistake that instantly signals you're a first-time cruiser. It happens on every sailing. A couple walks into the main dining room, ready for a nice meal. He's wearing a clean polo shirt and nice pants, but he still has his favorite baseball cap on from a day in the sun. As the host leads them to their table, they'll often lean in and whisper, "Sir, would you mind removing your hat?" It's a gentle but firm request, and it's always a little embarrassing. While wearing a cap is perfectly fine on the open decks at the pool bars, or even grabbing a quick bite at the buffet during the day, all indoor dining venues have a strict no hats policy in the evening. This isn't just a cruise ship rule. It is a long-standing tradition of dining etiquette rooted in showing respect for the venue and the people around you. Cruise lines work hard to make their evening dining experiences feel a bit more special and elevated than a casual restaurant on land. Keeping that casual baseball cap on undermines that atmosphere and immediately makes you stand out, and not in a good way. You're not going to get kicked out, but you will be corrected. Make it a simple habit. If you're going inside to eat, the cap comes off. Leave it in your cabin before you head out for any evening meal. Of course, here is the next chapter. 8. Baseball caps in dining rooms. Wearing a baseball cap to dinner is a small mistake that instantly signals you're a first-time cruiser. It happens on every sailing. A couple walks into the main dining room, ready for a nice meal. He's wearing a clean polo shirt and nice pants, but he still has his favorite baseball cap on from a day in the sun. As the host leads them to their table, they'll often lean in and whisper, "Sir, would you mind removing your hat?" It's a gentle but firm request, and it's always a little embarrassing. While wearing a cap is perfectly fine on the open decks at the pool bars, or even grabbing a quick bite at the buffet during the day, all indoor dining venues have a strict no hats policy in the evening. This isn't just a cruise ship rule. It is a long-standing tradition of dining etiquette rooted in showing respect for the venue and the people around you. Cruise lines work hard to make their evening dining experiences feel a bit more special and elevated than a casual restaurant on land. Keeping that casual baseball cap on undermines that atmosphere and immediately makes you stand out, and not in a good way. You're not going to get kicked out, but you will be corrected. Make it a simple habit. If you're going inside to eat, the cap comes off. Leave it in your cabin before you head out for any evening meal. Of course, here is the next chapter. 9. Overpowering perfumes and colognes. This isn't about what you wear, but it's a mistake that can make everyone around you wish you were somewhere else. You're heading to the theater for the evening show, and you step into a crowded elevator. Instantly, you're hit with a thick, overpowering cloud of perfume or cologne from the person next to you. By the time you get to your floor, you have a headache and your eyes are watering. Now imagine sitting next to that person for a 2-hour show or an entire 3-course dinner. This happens far too often on cruise ships. While you may love your signature scent, you have to remember that a cruise ship is an enclosed environment. The narrow hallways, packed elevators, and intimate dining rooms trap and amplify fragrances. For the countless passengers with allergies, asthma, or sensitivity to strong smells, an overpowering perfume isn't just an annoyance. It can trigger a serious physical reaction, from migraines to breathing difficulties. Unlike on land where you can step outside for fresh air, on a ship, there's often no escape. Cruise lines are so aware of this issue that if other guests complain, the staff may discreetly approach a passenger and ask them to tone down their fragrance. Stick to the less is more rule. A single, light spritz is more than enough for an enclosed environment. Better yet, save your favorite perfume or cologne for your days in port and go fragrance-free in the ship's shared indoor spaces. Of course, here is the next chapter. 10. Key clothing rules for men. Men often overthink cruise packing, but the truth is, you can be perfectly dressed for every occasion with just a few key items. Forget the complicated guides and confusing rules. The real secret for men's cruise wear is having a simple, versatile formula that works for 99% of situations you'll encounter on board. It's the difference between being stress-free and constantly worrying if you're dressed appropriately. During the day, your uniform is simple. T-shirts, polo shirts, and shorts are acceptable everywhere, from the pool deck to the casual buffet and indoor lounges. But once the sun sets, the one non-negotiable item you need is a collared shirt. This is the magic key that unlocks evening dining. For casual nights in the main dining room or most specialty restaurants, a clean polo or a button-down shirt paired with nice, non-ripped jeans or chinos is the perfect combination. When it's time for a formal or evening chic night, you just need to elevate that basic formula. Swap the polo for a dress shirt and the jeans for a pair of trousers or slacks. While a blazer or sport coat is a great addition that will make you look sharp, it's almost never required. You don't need a full suit unless you personally want to dress up for the occasion. To be prepared for any situation without overpacking, just pack 3 types of shoes. 1 pair of flip-flops for the pool, 1 pair of comfortable walking shoes for port days, and 1 pair of closed-toe dress shoes for every dinner. Of course, here is the next chapter. 11. Shoes that can ruin your vacation. Of all the mistakes you can make, this is the one that will physically ruin your vacation, and it has nothing to do with your outfits. This is the secret most first-time cruisers learn the hard way, often while limping back to the ship in agony. You've packed a brand new pair of stylish sandals or dress shoes, perfect for your vacation photos, but you've never worn them before. After just a few hours of walking the massive decks of the ship or exploring a cobblestone street in Europe, your feet are covered in painful blisters. Your dream shore excursion is cut short, and you spend the rest of your cruise hobbling in pain, unable to enjoy anything. But it gets worse. Many of the most thrilling onboard activities have a non-negotiable safety rule. You must wear closed-toe athletic shoes. Imagine getting hyped up for the ropes course on the Carnival Celebration or the zip line on a Royal Caribbean Oasis-class ship, only to be turned away at the entrance because you only packed flip-flops and dress shoes. You've paid for a cruise packed with incredible features, but you're denied access to half of them because of a simple packing oversight. Your kids are disappointed, and you're left watching from the sidelines. To avoid both pain and disappointment, break in every single pair of shoes you plan to bring by wearing them for a few full days at home before you pack, and always include at least 1 pair of comfortable closed-toe athletic shoes. Of course, here is the final chapter of the script, followed by the conclusion. 12. Flashy jewelry warning. This final rule isn't about fitting in. It's about staying safe, especially the moment you step off the ship. You're walking through a vibrant, crowded market in a beautiful port. You're relaxed, taking in the sights, but that expensive watch on your wrist or the sparkling diamond necklace you wore for formal night is sending a clear signal. To a pickpocket or a grab-and-run thief, that flash of gold or sparkle of a diamond says one thing: I am a wealthy tourist, and I am an easy target. While cruise ports are generally safe, they are also major tourist hubs, which unfortunately attracts petty crime. Thieves are experts at spotting signs of wealth, and flashy jewelry is the #1 indicator. They know that cruise passengers are often carrying cash, are unfamiliar with their surroundings, and will be leaving the country in a matter of hours. Losing a precious, irreplaceable item is devastating, but the process of filing a police report in a foreign country and the feeling of being targeted can cast a dark shadow over your entire vacation. On board, your expensive pieces are perfectly safe, but ashore, they can make you a magnet for the wrong kind of attention. Leave your valuable, irreplaceable jewelry locked securely in your cabin safe. If you want to accessorize for your port days, pack fun, inexpensive costume jewelry instead. It gives you the look without the risk. And there you have it, 12 travel outfits and style mistakes to avoid on your next cruise. From understanding the real rules of formal night and swimwear to knowing which patterns can actually get you into trouble, you're now packing with insider knowledge that most first-time cruisers learn the hard way. Following these tips will help you feel comfortable, confident, and stress-free from the moment you step on board. If these tips helped you feel more prepared, give this video a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to Cruise Currents for more essential cruise advice. We want to hear from you. What's the biggest clothing mistake you've seen on a cruise? Let us know in the comments below. Now that you know what to wear, make sure you know what not to pack. Click here to watch our next video, 12 Things Banned on Cruise Ships in 2026. You'll be shocked at what can get you in serious trouble.